This is session 3 out of the 4 weeks training program we've completed in June. During this session you will hear one of the Programmatic Ninja going through how she executed her assignment, focusing on pulling insight from a DSP report. Enjoy this free training and sign up to the next one below.
Got to this point. Like you're
Oh.
hiding.
So, I actually went through and I watched the recording of, because it was getting everything in the pivot table, right?
Mhm.
So I went through, but I think this is a different sheet to the one that you used.
Oh no, it looks pretty similar.
Oh, similar? Okay.
Yeah. It's only one, and it's just different reiteration of that one. So like sometime I'll update the ad group naming convention to just like switch it up once in a while, but it should be close to the one I have.
Okay. So now what I need to do is try and filter it and just like sort the filters. So this is why I was getting so annoyed yesterday with the pivot table. I wanted to rearrange my columns, but it was just being so slow and it kept like reverting back to what the adjustments I'd made, if that makes sense.
So the first thing, okay, so this is good. This is exactly where we want to be, right? Oh, I can have my little things. Okay.
Ooh, that's
Sometimes
clever.
yeah, right. Sometimes it doesn't work for me. All right. So when you get to this point, like you have all of those ad groups. And again, this is a good example of a really bad campaigns where there's a bunch of ad groups unnecessarily, probably.
Mhm.
So ideally the strategy should be as unique and direct as a just this one tactic and the different forms of this tactic or the different placement or the different channels. So the first thing you want to do is figure out which one is the best performing and which one is the very worst performing. So the very top and high. If you every time you look at any type of Excel, whether it's performance from a brand or performance from a publisher, looking at your high and low will always get you like your ceiling and your floor. So like you're trying to see the floor and the ceiling, which one is performing so good that you want to use as an example and study and understand why it did so great to implement
Mhm.
on the low. And same way, likewise for the lower performing one, why is it not performing well? What has happened? And so when you look at your guide, it'll say like you have to QA your platform, you have to do all those things. Obviously, for the sake of this example, we don't have a live campaign, a live platform, so you just skip over it. But then
Mhm.
next thing you do is you use your strategy to understand your high and lows. And in programmatic for a trade, from a trader perspective, it comes down to that one KPI. That's how you get started. You don't end here, but that's how we get started. So our KPI, if you guys remember on the sheet, is a CPA of $5 for total conversion one. And so I saw that you brought the view through conversion, but I don't see. So you have view through conversion, but I don't know if you have, yeah, go this way. I don't know if you, I mean, scroll this way, excuse me.
Mhm.
Okay, so total click. So this is where, so it's just like a format. You must have just added that way. It's okay. So the total click view conversion is what we want to look at. But again, our KPI is a CPA. So you have to pull the CPA from the pivot table. So you have,
Okay.
yeah, so click on this right here. I think it's called.
Almost. Oh yeah. Just get rid of this Zoom thing. That's gonna be in the
Yeah.
way.
Oh, and then field headers. Oh, field this, excuse me, field this. You can
Feel.
click, yeah, the field.
Ah, there we go. Okay. And so I need to add the, what did you say? Sorry?
CPA. So if you come into this search right here and just type CPA, you're going to see a bunch of them show up. And so the all clicks gives you, or if you scroll up a tiny bit, the all clicks gives you all of them, all 125, 720, whatever you have set up. But
Hmm.
the one we really need to make decision off of is the first one. But it looks like it's already checked. So I just need to find it.
Yes, this is what I was struggling with yesterday. It's in here, but I was trying to get it. See, it keeps disappearing. Total click. This
Got
one.
it. Put your cursor right here and then make it bigger.
Put it here.
Mhm.
Oh,
Um,
I see what you mean. Right. Make the
Like,
list bigger.
yeah, make big. Okay, now you can see it, and then I think you can do it this way too. Like make this one bigger.
Mm,
Uh, it's okay. All right. So where is the CPA? So scroll up with it. Okay, so CPA, so the revenue one you don't need. 1, 2, 3, click. Okay, so total conversion. Oh, so it's in front of them. Okay, so it's right in the front. So go ahead and go all the way.
So
Oh,
where is it?
where is your girl? What you been doing? What's going on here?
Honestly, I'm glad it's not just me. Yesterday I was losing my mind.
All right,
I
so
don't know
take it out.
why.
Like uncheck it.
Okay.
Check it again. Boom. Now we'll be right here. All right.
Oh,
Sometimes you
okay.
gotta uncheck and check again. I don't know why, girl. That was quick, right? Okay, so now you can make your pivot, you can resize your pivot table field. Yeah, now we don't need it like that. So now you'd use this column B to make a decision in determining what is the highest and the lowest. So you know that your CPM should be $5. And so when I look at this sheet, I mean this column right here, I am going to come in. If you come back to home, in menu, and then you have to select these right here without selecting don't select the total. Just like drag your mouse
Oh, I see. Sorry. I get what you mean.
yeah.
Like that?
Mhm. And then conditional formatting, which is right there.
Color scales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it open? Because I can't see it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I don't see it on my screen. So you should be able to see, what should you see actually? Conditional
Like that.
formatting, the color scales. Yes, thank you. And then it should be the first one or the second one. For some reason, I'm not seeing the menu on the Zoom, but okay, cool. So you selected the color scales that has, if the highest number is green and the lowest number is red, so flip it around. Pick the other one. Okay, perfect. So now you know that OTT viewers, whatever is the worth one, right? Because it has $1,300. And you
Yeah.
even like just for the sake of our eyes, come over here and click accounting. Like change it into accounting. Oh, currency or accounting. Sorry, currency. Thank you. But the
There we
currency
go.
is $1, so you might have to change that.
Oh,
I don't know how you're gonna do that though, but
more number formats. Hang on.
oh yeah, there it is. So currency English,
No.
right?
Uh,
Oh, it was English and United
oh,
States.
English, United States.
Perfect. Okay. Only because this is a dollar sign. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that. But okay, so now you see, but obviously all the green ones are at zero, which is also not a good thing, right? Because you want to have
Yeah.
conversions. So you have to understand this is all formula based, and we're using Excels to help us just paint the picture. And so now I know the worst outside of the zeros. I know which one is the worst one, which is the OTT review retargeting display.
Mhm.
And the best one, the one that's closest,
This one.
there's a $4, yes.
Behavioral legal display, or
So,
maybe
so highlight that one in green or change the colors to green, I guess.
should I just do like that? Okay.
Yeah, something like, do you remember? And then there is also a
Maybe
$3
this one.
one, yes. And you skip the $2 one over here. Well, there's a $1, there's a $2. So there's quite
So
a few.
what would be the sweet spot? Like, obviously, people are going to be happy to pay less than $5, right? But at what point do you know that it's being seen enough that you're paying enough? Does that make sense? Do I explain that
It
correctly?
all depends on the conversions, right? So like if
Got it.
CP1 is your main conversions, like you have to identify if $1.32 is worth paying versus why would we pay $14, right? And
You
so
switch that. Okay.
yeah, sometimes it's not worth only going for the cheapest. Um, for the simple fact that you need more data to make more decisioning. And that's why, if you guys remember, I always recommend adding another conversion, 2, 3, 4, so that we understand right around. Like at the end of the day, they want to all go down to that page and opening a bank account, right? A checking account. This is the action here. But like I said, sometimes you're targeting these people to open a checking account, but then they open a business account, they open a credit card, they open a loan, a car loan. And so all of those touch points, you want to be able to credit it to your efforts. And so sometimes when you see that there's $1.32, you know that the CPA here is $1.32, but can you come over here real quick?
Yes.
Look up conversion. Oh, oops, you skipped the whatever. All right, so scroll down to total conversion. Total. Okay, there it is. Check it and check it again. Is it gonna come? Okay, perfect. So now it's in the front. So see how, for instance, you have $1.32 but 207, right? And so do the same thing, and I want you to add view through conversion and click through conversion. Well, view through is here in the back, so just add click through.
Click through. Is it total? Total? No.
Keep going up. I think it was the very first one. Okay, there it is. So you already checked it, but uncheck it and check it again. And then, okay, so now it's in the front, see? Okay, so my point is to help you make the decision. See how you said at one point, do we know that $1 or $2 is the best CPA, is the most optimal CPA versus the $7 one? I can't tell you just by looking at this one column. I had to add additional touch point. I had to add additional columns to help me more.
Got it.
The reason why is that this is click conversion, which is the person saw and clicked right away and most likely converted. And so those numbers can really help identify like the urgency of the audience. And so I would want to maximize that, because the view through, again, they could have came in the last 30 days, 20 days, it doesn't matter, like whatever the window is. So for the $1, I see that we only have 8 click conversion, but 199. Okay. But then which one has a lot? Let's go for this one, 287 and 519. So if you do like a quick simple math and you do 287 divided by 806, what would that be?
287 divided by 806.
Yes. So I'm just trying to calculate the percentage.
0.35.
0.35.
Yeah, 0.35.
So 35. So that's 35% of those 806, approximately 35% of those 806 conversions are click through. That's a pretty significant number. And so at this point, I would have copy paste this into a single sheet right here. And then I would have added columns to calculate that percentage. And whoever has the highest click conversion percentage, I would want to analyze that one. Like, why is, like, when you look at these initial number, like 215 divided by 563, oops, that's 38%. So this one is higher. This one is higher. Yeah, all of the other one from a quick eyeballing, it doesn't look like it. So the first thing, like in my notes, when you're in your notes,
yep,
I would have taken account of that. I would have written down like 38% of conversion in where did I just calculate this one? In the OTT viewers retargeting display treasury or click through conversion. Although the CPA is $9, we're going to look at this, right? Like we want to understand why this is happening, because this is really significant, 38%.
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, there's 121 over here, but anyway, you get the gist of it. So that's how I will determine if the $9 is more optimal versus the $1, is that I have to look at additional pinpoint, right? And so this is just the first phase. So we're understanding which one is more urgent, which one has the urgent click conversion versus just the view through conversion. And now view through conversion are not bad. It's just like, for instance, it's behavioral treasury display. And then this one is OTT viewers retargeting display. So instantly I see a trend. The treasury strategy seems to be performing really, really well at a lower, compare maybe against the branding, or like branding has 0 right now, or is this small business? I guess small business, or HELOC, right? So compared to the other strategies, treasury is outstanding. And so I would, if I don't remember, I would go in the DSP and identify like what is the audience in those two, in this treasury one, that could have influenced all of those conversions. Like I'm going to investigate a little bit more. That's the part that takes a little bit more time, but it's so worth it. If the trader or if anybody that's running a campaign take that extra step into adding those columns to understand the urgency. Sometimes you can even pivot in the ad format to see which one of those messages are performing higher, right? Which one of those messaging are pushing for the click. And so when you see that, let's say if you drag this one down to see under the ad group. Perfect. Okay. And so now where was I? In the green. Okay. So this one, right? No, it was treasury. Find the treasury one, scroll down.
This one?
Yeah, so it's the first treasury. So this one, and so now you can understand which one of your click conversion are the highest, which is the mobile. Oh wow, mobile people are literally clicking through this ad and then opening a damn checking account on their mobile phone. This is what it means, right? And so
how do you know that's mobile?
the 320 by 50 is a mobile size. And if you ever don't know, you can Google it and be like, IB standard size 320 by 50, what is it? And then it'll tell you mobile leaderboard or whatever it is, mobile size, whatnot. So 320 by 50 is the standard mobile.
Okay, so going back like higher, so it says OTT viewers, so that could be someone like streaming something on their phone and then they click on the ad from their phone, right?
So this particular ad group specifically says OTT viewers retargeting on this with display for the treasury audience. So these are the treasury audience that have watched the CTV, the streaming ad, and have just been retargeted with a display ad later.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah,
That
so
makes sense.
that's why that's the naming convention. I mean, as best as you can read it, that's what it means. And so this is a display campaign. That's why it doesn't have the 1 by 1 or whatever the video size comes in as.
Okay. Got it.
Here. And so the second top performing one would be like the 68, which is 320 by 250, 300 by 250, which is a pretty standard. That's the standard square. And that one is pretty good. So all of these, you take notes, like you're taking notes right now, right? You're just studying this one ad group. And just by looking, just with this, I already have at least 4 recommendations. First recommendation is, let's say if I look at my treasury audience, and you can come over here and look for it. Actually, let's quickly peek at it. You're gonna have to add the ad group, filter the ad group. Always remember to filter the ad group.
Why is that not coming up?
Oh, you have to click within the blue square. Yeah, there you go.
This action will overlap the pivot table.
Yeah, it's just a yes. It's just saying that you're just changing your thing. So if you just click on select all,
Okay.
here, so unselect everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then look up the behavioral treasury. Just look up treasury and see what and I have treasury OTT. There you go. This one. Boom. Now you have that one. And so if you get out of here.
Yeah.
So first, I just want to look at the data element. So the third party, just drag it up here for a second. I just want to see like who are my segments that I'm charging. Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. So now we don't really need bids, so you can remove it. So that would mean like you just drag this up back to the fields. No, sorry, back to the field of name.
Oh, back there.
Yeah,
okay.
There you go. Okay. All right. So now you see everybody that's here. So there's a bunch of these right here. That usually means that it's I think those means that it's scroll down. I can't remember if this is like a custom audience or if it's not. Okay. Drag this one back down, but put it on top of data elements, so not at the bottom. There you go. Okay. All right, so see, there's nothing. I think this is a custom audience. So I think this is first party data. And you can even see like new TOB, Valentine, wildcard. I think these are all first party data. So this is probably a lookalike audience, but there's another way to see it. Can you come in here and just scroll down slowly? Let me see. Just keep going. Just keep. I'm trying to see if there's yeah, no, it's not here. So go back up real quick. Can you maybe wait, hold on, scroll down. Click on tracking tag. What is that going to do? Tracking tag. So drag the tracking tag on the data element.
Under our data.
Yeah. Okay. See those little, can you open it up? Like click right here and open this. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Uh,
The drop down over here.
which where, sorry?
There's a tiny gray dot. Can you just
Oh yeah.
is this drop down?
Yeah,
No,
that's dropping down.
but just under here.
Oh, this one.
Mm-hmm. What is that? What does that say? Nothing?
Nothing.
I was just trying to see. All right, you can just remove it now. So these, I want to assume that they're all, because like there's no name, right? Like there's no, I feel like those are website fires. Of course it is. It's a retargeting audience. Duh. That's why. Well, there it is. There's a retargeting audience.
We got there.
Yeah. I know there's a way to pull these codes, like those tracking ID codes, into like a report to like see who is what. But we'll just skip over. But all right. So we know that it's a first party audience because it's a website based or it's a creative engagement based audience. So like they watched the video and then we track them that way. And so that's why we only see numbers here. So go ahead and go back to your ad group. I mean, were we in ad group or inventory?
We were in ad
Oh, we
group.
were in ad group. Okay, cool. So, all right. So here's few recommendation before. So looking at treasury, that tactic is we probably have a really specific treasury like message running on CTV, which is why the retargeting pool is healthy, and this is why this retargeting with display is performing well. We know that 320 by 50 is a mobile size and it has the highest amount of conversions. We would want to recommend a mobile focus strategy, not only for treasury, but maybe trying with the other one. So there's small business, there's the treasury, there's the other guy, the competitor tactic. And so one of my recommendation would be, hey, we should consider a pretty significant mobile strategy, which would look like, it would look like what? What would it look like? It would look like having a direct partnership like with somebody like InMobi, maybe.
Okay.
Um, and having them and sending them like RFPing them like, hey, Moby, I have this client. I know for a fact that this strategy is performing really well on mobile. I feel like we need an mobile in-game strategy. What can you do for us? Maybe reach out to Playwire, maybe reach out to I don't know, like gaming partners and ask
Okay.
for a mobile gaming, I would say mobile gaming specifically. And then allocating maybe increasing the budget by 10-20%, requesting specific creative, requesting even video on mobile size, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Testing that to see if it's going to move the needle even more.
So
Go ahead.
is that part of your job then as a trader, or would that be for you as the programmatic ninja to go to maybe a media planner and say, hey, I've spotted this, so I think you should upsell or go and does that make sense? I'm just trying to see how
Honestly, it should be both. And that's a great question. It should be both. The trader should be able to have the confidence to go to their lead and to the planner and say, yo, I'm seeing these specific insight. This is insight that we're pulling right now. The data is translating as this based on what I'm seeing. And so the trader should have the responsibility to go back to their managers and to the planner and to the director and say, we should reach out to these people. Now, there's circumstances where, and it should be the AD, like the director, the lead, to reach out to the partners and have the trader in the conversation as well, right?
Okay.
Oversee this partnership, and the lead can probably talk money. This is how much we are willing to test it out, and the trader can just talk execution. And then the planner should be involved as well, because now the planner knows that, oh, bet now we have InMobi. For this client, I know that I can do this again, but we also have this other financial service brand. They're in fintech company, they're app-based. Maybe InMobi could do something with this app-based strategy that we have for this different brand, right? And so that's how it's supposed to be. Like all three of them are supposed to come to Jesus together and say, this is what's happening. How can we make it better for our client? And then the best way to communicate this with the client is to let them know right away, or to add it in a report and have it in discussion in that report, the end of campaign report, the weekly report, it depends. And so that's how it's supposed to be. But traders will not take the extra step to do this.
Got it.
So they'll go back and say the best performing one is OTT viewers retargeting display treasury, and then not be able to explain the why.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so even for some of the other ones that are not, and I wish we had I wish we had the creative message, which is the dimension is not called message, it's called creative or add something. And so if you add this dimension, if the creative itself, like let's say if that image was uploaded, the name of the image will appear in the report. And so if we're running 3 sets of creative, the same size, all 5 to 7 IAB standard sizes, but the message is different. So there's message A, message B, message C. Then you can, I feel like that insight is even greater because instead of going off of a format, you go off of the message. So you'll see the same message B, message C, message A. Oh, message A has the highest click conversion, but message C has like outstandingly more view through conversion. I wonder why. And then you'll open it and see, oh, clicks. Message C says, find out more information. And message A says, click here now, right? There's more like
Mhm.
an urgent. That's why they're clicking more because like I don't know. It's like all of those things you're like, you have to investigate. It's not hard. You just have to look at it and see the differences and then talk about the differences out loud.
Yeah, that makes sense. So if you wanted to,
Mhm.
I guess, set yourself apart as a trader, then you should be looking deeper rather than just pulling out the data and saying, this is it,
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so I know we're almost at time, aren't we? Yes.
Yes.
So for you tomorrow, if you have some times, I would look at this tab, inventory, and I will remain with the same ad group, right? The treasury, view, TT, OTT, whatever.
Okay, so let me change that then. So, treasury, let's bring it up. This one.
Yeah, there you go. And so I would identify, all right, now I know that this ad group is performing really well. I
Okay.
would rearrange and add TC1, View-Thru one, and Click-Thru one, and CPA over here. So so yeah,
So
do the same thing. So see how it's already clicked, but if you unclick it, it should be on the front. Okay, so now do the same thing with the click. That's just like a lazy trick, but I feel like it's so efficient.
yeah. And what was the other one you said?
The total,
Total.
yeah, the TC1 total clicks, so scroll up. And then CPA for 1.
This one?
Yep. And then uncheck and check. Now, you
Okay.
know that CPA is a money one. So I would select this whole column and just do the same thing we did earlier. So you differentiate right away.
Got it. Okay.
Boom. Oh, you just have to do your $ again.
Yeah.
And now you know that all of the zeros are zeros. But for inventory data and any other analysis, so with the ad group, we looked at the highest and lowest KPI to start with. But for this one, you have to understand that there's a lot of data in front of you. So you have to select the data that's the most relevant. And the way to do it is to select the one that has the most impression and the highest cost first. And then you look at your KPI. And so the way you do it is, remember how I did it last week? I think it was over here. If you click here, the filter. Okay, now change this one to impressions. So you're going to drop down. There you go. And then click impression, and then it should be a descending. So I want the highest number on top. Boom. Perfect. And then you can close it. Perfect. So now you have where is the impressions are right here. So this column is how you're going to indicate like which one should be good or which one should we not look at. So scroll down a bit. You just want to see like what's the average. When do we start dropping really low? You know for a fact that in programmatic, you don't get charged under 1,000. Well,
Yeah.
like it's 1,000 CPM, the CPM base, right? And so anything below 1,000, you shouldn't even, I don't know.
So,
I don't think it's worth looking at yet, right?
okay.
Because it needs more time to flourish. So I like to use the example of Mulan, like it needs more time to bloom, like the flower hasn't bloomed yet, but there's potential. And so anything below that threshold, like you can even, starting at 148, actually, you can even, are you on a Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, so click on 148, select the whole, And then on your keyboard, you're gonna press at the same time Command Shift, the down arrow. Don't release your fingers yet.
Oh,
Now keep
oh no. Hang on. Look at the- Oh, it was 148.
over here.
Okay, Command Shift down. Yep.
Okay, boom. Now change the color to like a light gray or dark gray or something. So you still want to see the numbers. Yeah, just do gray. Because remember, you're going to rearrange yeah, you're going to rearrange things. So that way, if you rearrange things and you see the gray, you're like, oh yeah, I'm not going to look at this one for now.
I count that. Okay.
All right. So likewise, I need you to click here to not just select one of them, like just this one cell.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Okay, perfect. And now do the same thing. Command Shift up this time. Perfect. And now do the color scales.
Oh. Which way?
Dang, I should know, but just pick one and then you'll see. The lowest number is in green. Okay, that's the one. I've been using this forever and I still don't know. But hold on. Can you just highlight these 4 and then change how it looks like? Wrap the text.
Oh, you mean like here?
Yeah. Just there you go. Do the same thing for all of them. So that way we know, okay, so this is CPA, this is conversion, this is click, this is okay, cool, perfect. All right, so are you following? I'm just rearranging right now, right? That's all we're doing. We're rearranging. And now I know, because you have all the impression on top, I know that this $20 is really expensive, but it also has, this is where most of the impressions are. And so my decision would be fairly easy because my CPA is supposed to be 5 and I'm at $20. And so for all of these, I will probably highlight it in red or orange or a color that means that I need to probably cut them off or assess, right? Because Mail Yahoo, Lottery Post, eBay, commandcooking.com. Well, command cooking is at $6, so I wouldn't highlight it in orange. But oh wait, Yahoo is at 5. So only highlight Groupon, Tail Aggregate, you can highlight it, but I'll tell you in a second. And even if you're at $10, I would still, I feel like it's still close enough, you know what I mean? I'll highlight Quizlet, Cool Math Game. Gap for Shizzle. And then Lottery US, World Star Hip Hop is at 45. That's the first thing I'm gonna cut off.
Yeah, that's going.
Yeah, Lottery right above it. Yeah, and so you'll go through this, right?
Yeah.
And highlight the red ones. And also, honestly, you can also click over here. I mean, I could have done this too. And then change this to the CPA. So it'll be the first one. And then descending again. My bad. Why is it?
All our stuff in the gray that we.
Yeah, that's so weird, right? Can you go out for a second? I still see the. Okay, thank you. Oh.
It still has these impressions are okay.
But why is World Star in gray now? I think there's something happened with go down.
It's all in gray.
Yeah, now
Oh,
it's in gray. Why did your sheet did that? It played us. It played us.
Can I Command Z? Does that undo what we just did?
Yeah, undo it really quick. And then
okay, no, let's just do not undoing that. So let's come back here to we were on CTR, weren't we?
no, we were in impression. I think CTR just
impressions.
Descend the whole thing. Okay, perfect. Now you can select the whole sheet and then just tell it to remove. Yeah, just select everything and then just clear it out.
So no fill.
Yeah, no fill. And see what happens. Why is your sheet acting good for Cocoa Puffs?
No fill. There we go.
Okay. Okay, cool. But then it cleared out all of our stuff. But now we know.
Okay.
Sometimes though, Meg, I would have just as much issues. And so what I would do is like if you scroll up, so select this cell. Now the row label.
Yeah.
Okay. And then same thing, command, but keep your command and shift down on this one. Don't move those two. And now arrow down.
Yeah.
and arrow right. Now you can release and then you Command C.
Mm-hmm.
And now see this plus it? Plus it.
Oh, I'm going to copy it. Okay.
Click on the plus. And now Command V, just paste. Okay. So now you've just pasted all of this data outside of a table. So you don't have the field table anymore. So you can just use something as simple as, you still have to select the whole thing though, but
You
some
just sort of filter. Oh,
filter, then you filter up and down. And then when you
yeah.
call it scaling, it'll stay. So sometimes
Okay.
when you're in the pivot table, it'll add cuckoo buffs because there's so much going on. And so I have used this before where I would just separate it. So to avoid any of that, and like all of my work has been like washed off. So if you do the same step here, I want you to be able, you'll be able to answer those questions for the 5 to top best sites or apps performing.
Okay.
And pull the best, let me know the sites that are in probation. So the ones that don't perform outstandingly bad, or maybe they perform kind of bad, but you still need to understand certain things. And then pull the sites that are performing really well based on the KPI. But just remember to look at all of those extra columns and then just write it down. And then tomorrow you and I we can just review that together with Shahad. And then
I'll do that.
tomorrow we'll try at least one of the AI prompts and see. If not, I'll just send some additional videos and you guys can test it on your own.
Okay.
But this part of the analysis is what makes the trader a great analyst versus just, I'm just going to go through the things like the table.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I
makes
mean?
sense.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Now we've done it today. Yesterday, I think I was on the cusp. It was the sorting that was going into it. So that's good to know for future.
I've used Excel for years at this point. There's still moments where I want to flip the tables with Excel. There's still moments, but every time I get pissed, I just have to save and walk away for at least a few hours and come back with a good cup of coffee, some hydrating water. I have to come back after I've done something physical, like release that out of my body so I can refocus. Otherwise, I'll go crazy because it's so easy. So save this right here and then go back through the whole process of what we did. But it should be slightly easier because you're in this cell. But again, you won't have any pivot to play on. So I think the only additional step here is that once you figured out your list, you might have to go back to your inventory to answer one of the questions that I have in the homework, which is which one is the supply vendor. And so you might just have to manually look them up after that because you don't have it pulled in this sheet, right? So this is solely just sites. Cool.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so